So here's how it all went down. I'm a 30-year-old mom with two energetic kids, Emma and Jake. We live in a cozy suburban neighborhood where everyone knows everyone, and secrets are as rare as unicorns. My husband, let's call him Mark, is the kind of guy who flashes a smile that could charm the socks off a statue. He's been my rock, my partner in crime, and the dad who can build a treehouse while simultaneously flipping pancakes. Life was good scratch, that life was great. One lazy Sunday afternoon, while Mark took the kids to the park to give me some me time, I decided to tackle the chaos that was our attic. Armed with a duster and a resolve stronger than my coffee, I climbed up to the realm of forgotten things. Amidst old photo albums and boxes labeled Mark's college stuff, I stumbled upon a sleek, unfamiliar laptop. Curious, I opened it up. It powered on without a password prompt, rookie mistake mark. The desktop was surprisingly organized, but one folder caught my eye. Work documents. Considering Mark is a landscape architect who spends more time sketching gardens than typing reports, I found that odd. I clicked on it, and lo and behold, it was Pandora's box. Emails, photos, chat logs, all with women whose names I recognized from our neighborhood. The PTA president, the yoga instructor, even the new neighbor who brought us cookies last week. My stomach did a triple flip worthy of an Olympic medal. At first, disbelief. Maybe it's a prank? Denial is a powerful thing, but as I read through the steamy exchanges and saw dates that coincided with his business trips, the reality hit me like a freight train carrying a load of betrayal. I could have confronted him right then and there, thrown the laptop at his face, and had a meltdown worthy of a daytime soap. But where's the fun in that? No, if Mark wanted to play dirty, I'd show him just how messy things could get. I spent the next few days in Oscar-worthy performances, smiling, kissing him goodbye, asking about his day, all the while plotting my magnum opus of revenge. First, I needed allies. Enter my best friend Lisa. Sharp as a tack and always up for some mischief, she was the perfect confidant. Over a bottle or three of wine, I laid out everything. Her eyes widened, and then a wicked grin spread across her face. Oh, honey, he's messed with the wrong woman. We began by gathering intel. Lisa, being the social butterfly she is, invited the other women for a girls' night out. Under the guise of building community spirit, she organized a spa day followed by cocktails. I feigned a migraine to avoid attending. Couldn't risk the awkwardness. While they were getting pampered, Lisa subtly probed. Turns out, they all had their own grievances about their husbands. A little discontent here, a dash of boredom there, classic cases of suburban malaise, easily exploited by a charming man like Mark. Meanwhile, I dug deeper into Mark's digital life. I discovered he had a penchant for collecting keepsakes photos, ticket stubs, even a diary of sorts where he rated his conquests. Charming. The next phase involved a bit of tech wizardry. With Lisa's help, her cousin is a hacker in training, we created a fake online persona. Maxine Rivers, a supposed publisher scouting for new talent in the world of landscape architecture. We dangled the carrot of a lucrative book deal in front of Mark via email. His ego took the bait. Mark began corresponding with Maxine, sharing ideas, sketches, and personal anecdotes. He was practically salivating at the prospect of fame. We scheduled a meeting for him with Maxine at a swanky downtown hotel. Simultaneously, I organized a charity gala under the pretense of supporting local arts Mark's weak spot. He's always loved being the center of attention at such events. I made sure the date coincided with his meeting with Maxine. On the day of the gala, I acted as the gracious hostess, welcoming guests, including the wives of the very women Mark had been entangled with. The theme was Unveiling Hidden Talents, which was more apt than anyone realized. As the evening progressed, I took the stage to make an announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for supporting this wonderful cause. Tonight, we celebrate not just the arts, but also transparency and truth in our community. At that cue, a projector lit up the main wall. Images of Mark entering the hotel room, cozying up with Maxine, played by an actress friend, and other incriminating photos started rolling. Gasps echoed through the hall. But here's the twist. The other women's husbands were also in on it. Lisa and I had reached out to them anonymously, providing just enough hints to spark their suspicions. Turns out, Mark wasn't the only one playing extracurricular activities. The husbands had hired private investigators, and the gala became a shared platform for all the dirty laundry. Chaos ensued. Accusations flew, drinks were thrown, and the gala turned into the most talked-about event of the year for all the wrong reasons. Mark, pale as a ghost, tried to pull me aside. "This isn't what it looks like." I raised an eyebrow. "Oh, really? Because it looks like you're a lying, cheating piece of garbage." He stammered. "I can explain." "Save it," I snapped. "You might want to focus on the lawsuit coming your way. Remember those confidential client files you borrowed for your side projects? They're now public knowledge." His eyes widened. "You wouldn't dare." I smirked. "Watch me." See, while digging through his laptop, I found out he'd been stealing client information to underbid competitors and win contracts. Illegal and unethical, a 2-for-1 deal. The aftermath was glorious. Mark lost his job, faced legal action, and his reputation was shredded. The other women? Their marriages imploded, but that's what happens when you build castles on sand. But I wasn't done yet. I took the evidence of Mark's infidelity and business malfeasance to our divorce proceedings. The judge took one look at the mountain of proof and awarded me full custody of the kids, the house, and a hefty portion of his assets. With the financial security sorted, I decided to channel my energy into something positive. I launched a community program called Second Chances, aimed at helping people restart their lives after personal crises. It gained traction, and soon I was invited to speak at events, sharing my story not of revenge, but of resilience. One day, while I was setting up for a workshop, I got a call from Mark. Against my better judgment, I answered. "What do you want, Mark?" He sighed heavily. I wanted to apologize for everything." I remained silent. "I lost sight of what was important," he continued. "I miss you. I miss the kids." I took a deep breath. "Mark, you didn't just make a mistake. You made a series of conscious decisions that hurt a lot of people. There's no quick fix for that. Can't we at least try to work things out?" I chuckled bitterly. "Work things out? You must be kidding." He paused. "I know I don't deserve it, but I want to make amends." "Mark, the best thing you can do is become a better person for yourself and for the kids. They need a father they can look up to, not one who chases shadows." He was quiet for a moment. "You're right. I'm sorry. Take care, Mark." I hung up, feeling a weight lift off my shoulders. Months passed, and life settled into a new normal. The kids adjusted remarkably well. Emma took up painting, expressing her feelings through art. Jake found solace in soccer, channeling his energy on the field. As for me, I rediscovered passions I'd shelved long ago. I started writing again, turning my whirlwind experience into a novel. It was cathartic, and before I knew it, I had a manuscript. Lisa, ever the cheerleader, encouraged me to publish it. "Think about it," she said over coffee. "Your story could help so many women." I hesitated. "Maybe, but it's so personal." "That's what makes it powerful." I took the plunge and submitted it to a few publishers. To my surprise, one of them loved it. The Suburban Phoenix hit the shelves a year later and became a bestseller. Women from all walks of life reached out, sharing their own stories of betrayal and rebirth. One afternoon during a book signing event, a familiar face appeared in the line. It was one of the women Mark had been involved with, Jessica, the yoga instructor. She approached the table nervously. "Hi." I looked up, momentarily taken aback. "Hello, Jessica." "I read your book," she said softly. "I just wanted to say I'm sorry for everything." I studied her face. She seemed sincere. "Thank you, that means a lot." She nodded. "Your book, it opened my eyes. I've been doing a lot of soul searching." I offered a small smile. "We all make mistakes. It's what we do after that defines us." She left, and I felt an odd sense of closure. Later that evening, as I was packing up, I received an email from a film producer interested in adapting my book into a movie. I laughed out loud. Life has a funny way of turning tables. I called Lisa. "You'll never guess what just happened. Did Channing Tatum finally declare his undying love for you?" "Close. A producer wants to turn my book into a film." She squealed. "That's amazing. See, I told you you're destined for greatness." "Slow down. It's just an inquiry." "An inquiry that could lead to Hollywood. Who would play me? I vote for Scarlett Johansson." I rolled my eyes, always making it about you. Hey, someone's got to keep you grounded. The film deal eventually went through, and before I knew it, I was consulting on scripts and attending casting meetings. It was surreal. One day on set, I received a letter, yes, an actual handwritten letter. It was from Mark. "I saw the news about your movie. Congratulations. I'm genuinely happy for you. I've been attending counseling and working on myself. I hope one day you can forgive me. Regardless, I want you to know that I admire your strength and courage. You turned a horrible situation into something positive, not just for yourself but for others. You always were the stronger one. I folded the letter thoughtfully. Forgiveness is a tricky thing. It's not about erasing the past, but acknowledging it and choosing to move forward without bitterness. I decided to write back. Mark, thank you for your letter. I'm glad to hear you're taking steps to improve yourself. Forgiveness isn't easy, but I'm working on it. I hope you continue on this path for your sake and for the kids. They deserve the best version of their father. Take care. I mailed it and felt at peace. The movie premiered to rave reviews. Walking the red carpet, I felt like I was living someone else's life. Reporters asked me how it felt to have my story on the big screen. Surreal, I replied, but if it helps even one person find strength in a tough situation, it's worth it. As I stood there, flashing lights and cameras all around, I realized that Mark's betrayal, while painful, had propelled me into a life I never imagined. I found my voice, my purpose, and a community of incredible people. Back home, life was wonderfully ordinary. The kids were thriving, the house was filled with laughter, and Lisa remained my partner in crime. We started a podcast together, discussing everything from relationships to personal growth, with plenty of humor, of course. One evening, as we sat on the porch watching the sunset, Lisa turned to me. You know, if Mark hadn't been such a colossal jerk, none of this would have happened. I sipped my tea thoughtfully. Funny how that works, isn't it? Life throws curveballs and sometimes they lead you exactly where you're meant to be. She grinned. To think it all started with a dusty old laptop in the attic. I laughed. Remind me to send him a thank you card. We clinked our mugs together, basking in the simple joy of the moment. So, that's my story. A tale of betrayal, revenge, and ultimately, empowerment. I didn't just survive, I thrived. And if I learned anything, it's that sometimes the worst things that happen to us can lead to the best things that happen for us. As for Mark, last I heard, he's doing okay. We maintain a cordial relationship for the kids' sake. He's still working on himself, and I genuinely hope he finds peace. But me, I'm living my best life, surrounded by love, laughter, and the unshakable knowledge that I'm stronger than any storm that comes my way. And if another curveball comes, well, let's just say I've got a mean swing.